Good, beautiful morning, YouTube. It's Monday, October the 10th, 2022. My name is William Michael Ford from a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I want to welcome you to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today I have with me the energy of Archangel Metatron. Some call him Lord Metatron. There's different names that some of these beings go by. And he wanted to communicate how to let go of the past and why. Why do you want to let go of the past, and how do you actually do that? One thing he says that you do not want to let go of the past. You want to release the emotional attachments that you have to the past, especially when it comes to negative past experiences. He says a lot of us hold on to our past suffering and carry it forward, and we end up living a present past or a future past, which is why humanity keeps repeating the same errors again and again and again, because we hold on to the emotions surrounding traumatic and painful events. We don't learn from them. We hold on to the trauma of them, the memory of the trauma. We hold on to that emotion, which causes us to repeat it. He says, if we're truly learning from our past, we do not need to repeat it. If we truly learn from our past, we do not, and you cannot repeat it if you learn from it. If you continue to hold on to the emotions of suffering, then you'll continue to repeat your past. And I can speak from personal experience that's actually quite true. If you hold on to trauma from childhood or trauma for an event in your life, then it stands to reason that you're going to have the emotions stored in your body that can cause or generate a similar circumstance or experience. Yes. So he says it's really important to evaluate yourself from the present moment, not from your past. Stop looking back at your painful past so that you can live in your beautiful present. Stop resurrecting the dead, which is what you do whenever you remember old emotions. You resurrect those old emotions. You resurrect the behaviors from those old emotions. And there's only a small percentage of you that understand how to release your emotions, how to release your emotions from your suffering. Good morning, Marigold. Good morning, Vanessa. Wow, we are at a very powerful time where human collective unconsciousness has to move away from the fear we're holding on to. We have to move away from our anger. We have to move away from our guilt and our shame. We have to move away from those into love. As long as you continue to hold on to the past, you will continue to suffer. He says you don't want to get rid of your memories of the past. You want to get rid of the emotional attachment that you have to those memories that often causes you to repeat situations and circumstances that cause you to re-experience things that you do not wish to. Old relationships seem to reappear in your life. You have the same thing happening again and again, not because you want them to, but because you are harboring emotions that reproduce those conditions. For it is your emotions that are generating the experiences of your condition. Thought is a way of generating or stimulating emotion, but if you're repeating old thoughts, you'll recreate old emotions and you'll recreate old circumstances and situations. He says you have to let it out of your heart. Your what you call your subconscious mind is what we call in our understanding as your heart. Your subconscious mind is your heart. You need to release the old emotions from that place and restore yourself to love in this moment. And only in this moment can you find love. Only in this moment can you find love. And only in this moment can you find fear. But you can always choose between one or the other, but you cannot choose both. In any moment, you can have only one emotion as a creating force in your life. There's only one emotion in each moment that you can hold on to that will create for you. And that is either love or fear or the offspring of those. For love and fear give birth to their own children. as what you call emotions. To let go of the past does not mean to forget what has happened, but it means to no longer hold on to the emotion that continues to cause your suffering as a result of the past. Some of you can hold on to your anger and your rage for lifetimes and repeating again and again unnecessary cycles of pain and suffering simply because you do not know how to let go of those emotions. You do not wish to lose the knowledge that comes from experience, but you do not wish to repeat the experience by holding on to emotions that cause you to repeat experiences. The way in which you will speak to somebody that you knew from before won't be much different if you have not changed the emotions connected to that individual, whether it is from this lifetime or the next. The process of letting go of old emotions is a fairly simple process if you understand how to make the distinction between your emotions and your awareness. When you can make the distinction between your emotions and your awareness, you move into the position of free choice, free will, which is your birthright. Yes. He's just saying again, like, it's so important to let go of your past emotions. Because it's literally like giving, every time you bring up old emotions, you resurrect your past. You recreate the old thing all over again. And a lot of you do that, he says, in relationships. A lot of people will choose relationships, have the same relationship problems occur again and again and again. And you're wondering, why is that happening? And he says, that's because you're holding on to the old pain, the old fears, the old shame around those relationships. And you carry it forward with you. You place it in front of you again. And so there you have it once more. Letting go is a simple process of liberating old emotions from your attention and from your body. You can keep your emotions in your body for many lifetimes. You can keep your emotions in your consciousness for many lifetimes. And you can repeat the same cycle of events again and again because of those emotions. Even as a collective species, you have trauma. You have trauma as a collective species that you have repeated with great accuracy approximately every 12,000 years. There is a collective suffering that you hold in your collective heart, and you keep repeating it. You are in that process right now where you are repeating the past again with your fear and your anger and your judgment and your hatred. You must let it go. You must let it go from your own hearts. All of you. You must understand that all emotion is accumulative and regenerative, as is your thoughts, accumulative and regenerative. If you understand what I'm saying, then you will know the value in letting go of old emotions. And your sciences have now been validating and proving that there have been events in this physical time and space of this earth with great accuracy, in very precise sequences, much the same way as your seasons of spring, summer, winter, and fall occur. So too do these calamitous events that affect all of you occur, but you keep resurrecting them. It is easy to see upon this planet now the anger, the frustration, the divisions, the hatred, the disrespect for life that is simply a recreation of what was once before and is now coming to pass again. And only through the liberation, the collective liberation of your fear, your anger, your judgment towards yourself and all others, can you break this cycle of repetitiveness that is continued for many, many, many hundreds of thousands of years upon this planet. Your science knows a very small amount of what has actually occurred, but there is clear evidence now that great geological and geophysical changes happened to affect vast civilizations that spanned this globe many times before. This is not your first rodeo around this planet as a species, but you must understand that your emotional energy that you carry forth with you determines the very behaviors that create the results you find yourselves in. And it is time to liberate yourself from your suffering individually and collectively. You cannot expect the other to end your suffering. You must end your own suffering. And in that surrendering of your suffering, you will not cause others to suffer. But if you are causing suffering in your own life, you will cause suffering in the lives of other people. That is just what happens when you hold emotions. Great civilizations with far more technological advancement than you can ever imagine from where you are in consciousness now spanned this globe. And in that, there was frustration and upset that grew and evolved, and it is carried forward. You can see it in the graveyards of civilizations around the world that you are discovering more and more and more, that there were these great civilizations. You must understand that emotion is the substance that organizes your experiences of time and space. It is your emotion that organizes your experiences of time and space. There's not one function of a human being that does not have an emotion that drives that function of behavior in the form or in thought. And that you, as awareness, as soul awakened, can make the discernment between your thoughts and your emotions and affect a change in them deliberately. But if you remain subjective to them, then you are bound to repeat that which they are, whether they are good or bad, right or wrong. The dominant emotion you hold to so dearly will be repeated. As equally as love can be repeated, so too can suffering. So too can joy. So too can fear. So I came to this one today to illustrate the simplicity that you can change and release old emotions. And how do you begin the process of doing that? You restore yourself to the vibration, and all of you know what a vibration is that is good, and all of you know what a vibration that is not good feels like. And to what emotion you will hold, to that you will create your experiential reality from, individually and collectively. There is little understanding on the collective scale about how information, how ideation affects all of you, what you hear, what you see, what you believe about what you hear and see creates an energy that you call emotion. And that energy you call emotion fabricates the behaviors that are issued forth from your body, individually and collectively. War is simply a large expression of anger and fear articulated through a larger number of people. But this is true on the individual scale as it is on the scale of a country or an entire planet or even an entire galaxy. Emotion is organizing the conditions of your experience. And your capacity to deliberately and intentionally alter and change emotional fields, that is, emotional energies, is the only salvation through which you can find freedom from suffering. And it has been told to you, honor love, love, love. And what is love, you might ask? How many of you ask what love is? How many of you align yourself to love and do so deliberately? There are so many of you have closed your eyes and ears down and choose not to see and choose not to hear. Or you choose to see and hear that which does not serve you. You stop thinking, you stop considering, you stop actually understanding what it is you are creating with your thinking, what emotions you are generating. But if you think that you are the first great civilization on this planet, you are sorely mistaken. For we have seen many such civilizations, greater and lesser, rise and fall by the same hand and the same foot, by the same thought, by the same acts of neglect, and ignorance, understand that your emotional energy is coordinating and orchestrating your experiential reality in time and space. That is why you come into this physical time and space, because it is where you get to see the effects of energy manifesting through matter, time, and space into what you can measure with your eyes and ears and your instruments. You can measure these things. It's very easy to do. But if you wish to surrender your suffering before it begins, then you must surrender your suffering now. This is not to say you forget what things have occurred. We say, no, you do not let the emotions of what you remember determine what you will say or do. For those of you that have suffered greatly at the hands of others can perpetuate your suffering further, end the suffering of others. And those of you that come to the understanding that by the liberation of your suffering from your own mind, what you call a process of forgiveness, which simply means to let go of certain qualities of emotion that will inevitably generate very specific behaviors. The vibrational energy of love constitutes very precise and specific manifestations in intellect, in action, very precise and specific, as is true for fear or anger. They also generate very specific and precise actions in thought and form. What occurs with the body is occurring in your energy. And so you seek salvation both individually and as a species, but you would demand that others would give that to you rather than recognizing that you are the agent of your own salvation. And the salvation is the liberation from your mind of your anger, your fear, your guilt, your shame, to turn your attentions away from these things that would cause you to not trust another, that would cause you to not believe in greater possibilities for your species. For the time is not yet over. There is still time to correct, energetically correct what you are individually and collectively demonstrating. You think these changes in your weather patterns are because of what you call this global warming stuff, and you think the changes in your weather patterns are caused by that? No, they're caused by emotional qualities that determine your behaviors individually and collectively. How you will treat a forest or a dog or a friend is determined by your energy, your emotion. And what emotions do you hold most to individually and collectively? It is easy to see. You hold on to great fear. Look at the war you have. And not just there, but many places, because you hold your fear. You hold your fear in yourself. You hold your fear in mistrust for the others. You hold on to your suffering for many lifetimes, many civilizations. Some of you have been here for many civilizations. And yet still you are repeating the same error in creation. Emotion is organizing your experiential reality. And when you learn to alter and change your emotional energy, you'll alter and change your experiential reality. You alter time and space by qualities of energy, what we call emotion. You alter that. Think of the times where you've been in a state of great joy and the time goes past so quickly, because you have altered time experientially for yourself. And there are those that go through time very slowly. They're in lower vibrational emotions, and time goes so slow for them. They've altered time experientially for themselves. And that is true for all of you individually and collectively. You restructure time and space through the quality of your emotions, whether you're aware of this or not. And the greatest secrets to be revealed to your modern science will come from understanding this principle that emotion is energy, that you individually and collectively are able to generate it, alter it, transform it, transmute it from one state to another, thereby altering, transforming, and transmuting the conditions of your experiential reality in the physical realm. The physical realm is an effect of a causative realm of energy. That causative realm of energy works on the plateau of thought, which generates very specific qualities of energy in the form of emotion. But I came here simply today to say it is important you learn to let go of your past. Not to forget, but to not hold on to the anger, the pain that you perpetuate again and again across many civilizations, not just this planetary system, but there have been other planetary systems that such things have also occurred. The process of creation is universal. The process of converting energy to matter is very obvious. Look at the body that you're in. That is energy that is now made into matter, restructured by qualities of attention, emotion, and thought. There is no random events in your experience of creation, but learn to let go of and release your old emotional energy. Do not forget what you have learned, but do not be bound by the emotions of the past. For if you are bound by them, you shall repeat them individually and collectively. And there's not one among you that has not experienced this at some point. In relationship, in the job that never works out, in things that don't go well. These things occur because of the qualities of emotion that you harbor in your consciousness. And I came today to simply say, surrender your anger, surrender your fear, surrender your guilt, your shame. Align yourself to playfulness, love, curiosity, compassion, kindness. Align yourself deliberately to the energies that will support and sustain life, not diminish it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Metatron. I really appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and a joyful day. Hello, Drusilla. Hello, Vanessa. Hi, Stephen. Good morning. Hi, Gina. Good morning. Gina, I'm just going to show this here. Gina is saying, I think that I have let go of these emotions, but I found that I'm repeating it. If the same thing is happening again and again, you're still holding on to the old emotions in yourself. That's just reality. If something's happening again and again, you cannot have, scientifically speaking, you cannot, yes, again, sorry, it's just saying to me, scientifically speaking, you cannot have an effect without a cause, nor a cause without an effect. It's impossible. So if something is occurring, this is not a judgment. When something bad happens, it is not a judgment against you. It's an opportunity for you to reevaluate what emotions you are holding on to. And to the degree you're able to relieve yourself of those old emotions from your mind and heart, to that degree and extent, you will find relief. It will be done when you have truly released your fear and your anger, your guilt and your shame, when you have truly released it from your body, released it from your thought. You will not be repeating the same thing. In fact, you'll experience something very different as a function of your intention. Question from TikTok. Ellen. Hi, Ellen. How to maintain calm almost daily stresses with mom's Alzheimer and the stress. Okay, I'm being told again, your mother's higher self is saying she's making her transition and she's doing it very slowly. But you need to stay in a state of love and grace. Understand that she is leaving and you're a little reluctant for her to leave. But please understand. Be in love with her. Let love be the journey you go on with her from this point forward. Release your fear, your consternation, for the journey of her soul is hers, but she is with you to assist her in making this transition with love, not fear. Make your journey with love, not fear. Make her journey with love, not fear. For that which you would offer another becomes that which you offer to yourself. So be in your love. Do not be frustrated because the communication is changing, because that soul is departing this dimension, albeit quite slowly at this point in time. Some go fast and some go quickly. But let the journey of a soul entering this world and leaving this world be that of love. Let your journey with her be that of love, and you will be delighted at what will follow in your wake of the extension of your love. Wow. Question from Yolanda. I have so much from your counsel. Oh, sorry. Yeah, what Yolanda's talking about is you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out our upcoming Masterclass 101, which begins November the 5th. I'll put a link to it up there, my website there. You can go check that out if you want to. Thank you so much. Question from Alish 340. Are my grandparents proud of me? Yes. Your grandfather is showing me something about a little tiny mouse. I don't know why, but he's showing me it's like a little Topo Gigio character. That's what my brain's getting from him. But he's, yes, he's saying something about the little mouse. I don't know what that means for you, Alish, but they're very, very proud of you. And he's saying something about the little mouse. I don't know what that means, but the little mouse. He says you know what that means. Yes, the little mouse. Yes, you know what that means. So please leave a comment if you understand what that means. Illuminate other people through this as well. Question from Yoela. Success story through your teaching via YouTube. I healed my left thumb after 3 months. Today it has a normal blood temperature and not hot anymore. I'm so happy. Oh, you're very welcome, Yoela. Yes, we get a lot of healing that happens in our courses. It's just what happens when you change your energy. When you change your emotion, your body's going to change. Think about it. Yeah, I know. Master Jesus tells me this all the time, is what you believe in your energy, so be it, right? But a lot of healing happens in the courses. It's just what happens. It's what you change your energy. It changes what happens in your body. If your body's low vibrational, it gets disease. If it's high vibrational, it gets vibrant and healthy. It's really cool. Thank you, Joel. I'm really glad you're enjoying the program. Question from Turtle Blessings. I would love guidance from spirit. It's funny you mentioned turtle blessings. I've been seeing turtles wherever I go out to my favorite spot these last 2 weeks. I've been seeing turtles everywhere, giant ones and small ones. I don't know what they're just. You're something about sitting very still. I don't know if you meditate, but you need to sit your mind still. Is what I'm hearing. And I get again. This is a female energy saying you have to sit your mind still and be of the silence and awaken. She's saying get your mind really still, be of the silence and awaken. Again, I don't know what that means for you, but that's what she's communicating to me. And again, I'm not getting a name from her. It's not about names, it's about the information that you've requested forth. But sit still in the silence. Do that. Please do that. Question from Marigold. When letting go of the past, do you also let go of the person that you are forgiving? Oh, this is very exciting. When my neighbor first introduced this concept to me, when you let go of your anger and your pain and your judgment for another person, and you really let it go. You don't hold it in your body anymore. You don't resurrect it anymore. You let it go. Your world changes. The people that will come into your life will change. But if you're holding on to your old anger, your old fear, your old guilt, if you're holding on to all that baggage, you're literally going to recreate the same experiences again and again. You get slight variations, but it's going to essentially be the same thing. But really learn to let go. People are going to change around you. Get ready. If you really let go of your anger and your fear, and forgiveness doesn't mean you forget what was done to you. Forgiveness means you let go of the old emotion. You let go of the old emotion. You certainly don't want to expose yourself to people that you know are destructive, but you don't want to hold on to the anger, the fear, the pain that you acquired from that experience, or you'll repeat it. But when you release it, you're going to be excited about the wonderful things that are going to show up in your life. Anytime you release an old emotion, and we've seen this many times in our students, when they release old emotional energies from the past, wonderful things happen. And we've got a few students on today that might share some of their comments with me. They already have. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marigold. Question from Baba Gira. I'm leaving a nursing career in the hospital to do some private nursing for a client. Do my guides have any encouragement or warnings? If you have listened carefully to what we've said, then you will understand. We would only ask you to consider what love would consider, not your concern or your fear. What does your love consider in this regard? And what does love speak and say and do in this regard? For if you wonder or doubt, then what you're wondering and doubting will create something very different in this experience. But Let your love be the, yes, let your love be the energy that you work with in this. Let nothing else enter into the process for you. Let love guide your words and your actions. Very strongly on that. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Question from Khan. Before we had mice in the house, now we discovered the tunnels in our yard are rats. What's with all the rodents moving in? Well, yes. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I'm being told to tell you, you can actually speak with the consciousness of the rats. You can speak with their consciousness and ask them to leave. Speak with the consciousness of them, not from anger, not from fear, but from your love. For they will energetically respect you and they will energetically disrespect you according to the nature of what you hold in your house. For what you hold in your heart is an invitation to that in the world you wish to invite into your life. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Question from TikTok from Jeet. Is there any message from my husband? I don't know why he's saying something about. It's very brief. I'm just trying to. It came in very briefly for a moment. I felt his love for you, but there was a mild concern about the child, and I don't know what he's referring to in terms of child, but he's saying there's some light concern for this child, and I don't know who the child is. If is it her child? Is it your child? This is not a child that's in the body. This is a child that's been energetically hovering around you. Again, I don't know, but this child has been around you for a while. He's saying take care of the child. If I tune into the energy of that child, I get very strongly that this child was with you at one time and they're no longer with you. And it's really important that you understand that just because the body leaves doesn't mean the energy is gone. You're a living soul, you're not just a being of flesh, you're a being of consciousness too. But he's saying take care of the child, this dear one. This one goes back and forth between you and him. So it's right now it's with you. So take care of that child. Again, whatever that means to you, please share it in the questions and comments section. Share it with other people, whatever occurs for you. I've got time for 2 more questions. Let's see here. Wonderful. Okay, question from Diane B. Can you tell what's wrong with my son's skin around his eyes? Yeah. Again, I'm just receiving what I'm receiving, and I'm just going to offer it to you the way. There is something that he needs to look upon that gives his eyes relief. Have him. Yes, you need to take him to things and places. Have him look upon the beauty of the world, because there's something that he's seeing that's really been bothering him. Something that's really been, that he's been looking at. It's not in this physical dimension, but he keeps seeing it. I think he's been having dreams and stuff. That's making it very hard for him to see and feel comfortable. He's uncomfortable with what he's seeing in his dreams. Before he goes to sleep at night, have him cover his eyes with his hands. Have him cover his eyes with his hands and say these words: I will see what I love. Have him speak those words as he's lying back in bed. I will see what I love. Before he goes to sleep at night. And then when he wakes up in the morning, do the same thing. I will see what I love. I don't know why they're saying that, but they're saying that will be really helpful for him. Before he goes to sleep, have him cover his eyes. I will see what I love. I will see what I love. And then the same thing when he wakes up in the morning. And then share the results, if any, that come to you from him. Share those results that come from him. But there's something he's been seeing that's not been very pleasant. He needs to focus on seeing what he loves. Yes, thank you so much. Question from Gina M. I'm considering reaching out to reestablish a relationship with my dad. I believe I have worked through my emotions around this. Have I done so, and will it be okay to do so? Whoever is saying this is saying you still have to let go of your doubt. You must go into the vibration that this is going to be of great benefit to you and him and others. Very important you understand that it must be of great benefit to you and to him and to others. But yeah, you must go into this with no doubt. They're saying, tell her to go into this with no doubt. Yeah, seraphim. These are seraphim beings. And again, I'm not familiar with them, but that's the name. They're saying that they are the seraphim. And yeah, release your doubt before you make that move. Go forward with love, not with any doubt. Don't go forward with any doubt whatsoever. I'm being told one more question from Riley, Victoria. Hi, Riley. Do you see me conceiving in the near future? Yes, but it's contingent upon your willingness to relinquish. You have to relinquish your uncertainty here. Can you not feel it now? Can you not feel the joy of this now? Embody the joy of this child. Embody the joy of this child in you. And embody the joy of your joy with this child. Embody joy, and it shall be done to you. Embody joy. Do not concern yourself with what others say. Embody the joy of this child and the joy of your joy with this child. And it shall be done. And it shall be done to you. Wow. Thank you so much, and congratulations. I'm excited for that. When that occurs, please come back here and say hello to us and share that wonderful news with us. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today and experience this. I hope you join us on Wednesday. If you want to know the preview about what's happening on Wednesday, go to my YouTube channel, and we got a preview video that tells you who's coming up on Wednesday of this week on Shortcuts to Your Soul. I want to say thank you, Archangel Metatron, to the seraphim, the other beings that came through today, for those that asked questions. And I want to send each and every one of you much love, much grace, and thank you so much for your time, your energy, and patience. If you want to support this channel, you can do so on my Patreon account, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. If you want to know more about our master classes, you can go to my website, which is WilliamMichaelForbes.com. And again, much love, everybody. Thank you for your presence. I wish you all much, 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 much love. Bye for now.